to Bella's Crochet Gifts. I'm Bella. All right, so today I have a few finished objects for you and I can't wait to share them with you. Hi, baby. She was on my box right here. So the first one I got, okay, so I've been participating in Carrie Penny from the Happy Crafty Homemakers Spook Your Spring Make-Along. I've been trying to participate in all of her make-alongs for the year, and oh my goodness, this guy turned out so absolutely adorable. Let me get him situated. He was accidentally under a shawl. Okay, let me get him cute. Hold on. So I did a second pattern from, what was it? Brooks Imagining website, and this is the Bat Crossbody bag. That's what it is. All right. He turned out pretty adorable. He does a little fussy getting him cute, but he turned out super adorable. I'm gonna tack his ears down a little bit to keep his ears up, but he is so very, very cute. Can you see him? I feel like I needed to alter his head just a little bit, or I'm not sure how hers is a little bit more cone shaped, whereas mine's more flat. It might have something to do with my tension, but hers was a little bit more bumped here, and mine's a little bit more flat, so I might need to do something additionally in order to make him a little more bumped out at the head, if you know what I mean. Just because his face is awfully flat. Like hers was a little bit more like down here type of thing. So that's the only thing I would change about the pattern. He is very cute. He has this little bag top, and his head slides up so you can open your bag. Isn't that adorable? So he has the drawstring. Yeah, drawstring. So she had you do holding two yarns together and then crocheting a drawstring and the purse strap. Sorry, my brain is a little bit out of it today. I did not do that. I had some leftover 5-weight yarn, so I went ahead and I crocheted this one, but all I did for this one is I just used the yarn and then I tied a knot so that it wouldn't unravel. Just I was like, it doesn't need to be thick to hold the bat bag open. So I did stuff it with one of the pearl spuns that I've been working on recently, just so that you could see his body a little bit more effectively. So here is his wings. I just pinned them for right now. Oops, you can't even see it. So I just put a safety pin in there, and these are his little feet, if you can see that. So there's 2 little feet down here. They're super cute. And then I just pinned each side for right now. She looked like she put Velcro. I thought about potentially putting just a button on each side so that it holds closed, but he does open up. Here, let me get his head back on a little bit. Like, it's not bad. I just need to make his ruffles cute so that his head sits okay. It's about the only thing that's not the quickest. But let me get these little pins out so you can see his wings opened up and everything. There we go. And I just used some big safety pins so that I made sure that it wasn't pulling anything. But like here he sits without them. So it's a little bit more. Yeah, I just need to put a stitch on each inner corner so that it sits better. And then his little wings open up. How cute is that? He's adorable. Isn't he cute? So that's my little bat. He is super cute, and he fits a whole ring spun inside him, so he's decent size. Like you could definitely fit a purse or like a little clutch inside him, your phone, snacks, yarn. And I do have a picture of him on my mannequin upstairs, so I have him close, and then I have a further away so you can see how he sits crossbody. And I made the string a little long just so that you can fit however long you want it across your body, whether you want him up high so he's up here or further down on your hip, or you know, however you want him. Just I like to do this just with like my water bottle holders and stuff, just so you have the option of how high you want it. So I usually tend to do a little bit different sizes, especially because, I mean, you guys don't know this, but my husband's kind of tall. I'm kind of short. So if ever he needs the water bottle holder, I can always take out the knot. But that is my cute little bat bag. Like I said, he is from the Brooks Imaginings, and the pattern was $12, but I think he's super cute, and I think I might get more use out of this pattern, so that works out. I do have a couple of people who are bat people. I think they would get a kick out of something like that. So that's my first item. And then also, speaking of Carrie Penny from the Happy Crafty Homemaker, she has just released a pattern shape tutorial for her most recent tutorial, and it is called the Sidewinder shawl. And I kind of ran out of yarn. This is yarn I got from my mom for my birthday, and I miscalculated. I did. I thought I was going to have enough, but I don't mind. This is for me, so let me put it on. Well, let me show you, and then let me put it on. I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is the shawl. Oops. I did the version where you increased every other row. So this is the start, and I went along to the middle, and then yep, ran out of yarn, but that's okay. That's okay. This is for me. This was that beautiful Knit Picks. What's it called? Billow yarn. But this is so soft. It was 100% cotton. So it just fits over the shoulder and makes like kind of a cute little V in the back. Just like that. Sorry. I can't tilt. Well, I guess I could try and tilt you. Yeah, it'll be fine. I have it on my mannequin, so you can see it on my mannequin. On the front and the back. And then over here we have it on the bed. So you can kind of see where my stuff ran out. But so it just is such a nice shape. And I figure I can kind of just pull it, and then this side could just kind of, I could do a shawl pin. Actually, I have one right here. This came from Amazon. I think this was either part of a pack, or they have a couple of different shawl pin things that are just super easy. So just something like that. And then this part went down and this part went over. Just something cute. Keep you a little warm. Yeah, so that's my Sidewinder shawl. I think it's super cute. And there we go. And then, okay, so, oop, fluffed my hair. Okay, so I did a project. Oops, I just knocked something off. Imagine that, I knocked something off. So I did a project that I'm not in love with. I kind of trust the process, and it's okay. It's okay. This is my first circle into vest project. This was a drops pattern called the Fall Festival, I guess, cardigan. It was meant to have sleeves, and I ran out of yarn, and I ran out of patience. Let me show it. Okay, let me see. So the idea is good. I don't know if you guys have ever done a drops pattern. It's not the easiest to follow. So here is the shape. So you start out in a circle and you keep going out, and then it has you split for the arms, and then it keeps having you go back and forth at the bottom, which didn't make sense because it wasn't going far enough forward for me, because I have some bust, and the lady that was in the picture had no bust. She was a little thing and I'm not. So like, I like the shape like out front, and I will put, hi, coming back? Okay. I will put it on my mannequin so you can see the back and the side and the front, the back and side, or, you know, you'll see it. Anyways, so she was easy and came forward and it looked fine. I had to keep adding to this section to make it cover the front of me. And in the pattern, instead of doing this back and forth for the top, it had you stop and then just keep going like this at the bottom. I'm like, that's just going to keep giving me ruffle butt, if you know what I mean. So there were parts of this pattern I had to alter because it was just going to end up gigantic. And so it's not my favorite. I've tried drops patterns before, and I thought I'd be okay because this one had a chart, but the way the chart was written, it didn't, I don't know, like, there were things about it that didn't make sense to me, and I think, I'm not sure if drops patterns are translated from a different language, but they used words that didn't make entire sense. So instead of saying, you know, put your triple crochet, 2 triple crochet, chain 2 triple crochet into the chain 2 space, it said around the chain 2 space. And I was like, I bet they mean into for like English. But just things like that, where like I had to read it repeatedly, and like it would have you repeat, but it was like to the star and or in the pattern. Yeah, I really had to manipulate this in order to get it to work out for me. And the way it sits right now, I think it's cute, but I would really have to alter this if I wanted to try it again. There were definitely things where it was like, no, that doesn't make sense. And like I had, let's see, I didn't tell you the yarn. Oh, this is, I believe, yarn from Peru. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, this is made from Turkey. Made in Turkey from Euro Yarn. Thank you. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. Araucania Yarns, and it's Haosco cotton. I don't know. I got this from one of my trips to the Outer Banks, North Carolina, and it was really pretty. So that's why I bought it. So this yarn is 100% cotton. It's 3.52 ounces, 100 grams, 480 yards or 481 yards or 440 meters. Superfine number 1. Let's see. Suggested needles is a 3.25 and crochet hook is 3.5. I used a G hook, which my standard G is a 4.25, I believe, is the one I use. It's just a regular boy hook. And this is 2 skeins worth and just a teeny ball left. So if I would have followed how their pattern was written, I would never have had enough yarn for the sleeves anyway. This is supposed to have sleeves on it. And I would have ended up with a whole lot of ruffle butt if I had done it the way the pattern was written. So I did alter it. I like it fine. It's just not... I kind of had to fudge it a lot in order to make it work out for me, and that's not how I like my patterns written, to be honest. I like something that is... It could be an involved pattern, that's fine, but I like it to make sense, and I like you to spell it out for me if you're going to be writing a pattern. Whereas, or like with a, say an Annie's, or Annie Design Crochet, or Annie Crochet Design, one of those, all the one skein projects that I periodically do, they might have an involved pattern, but it's like a 2-row repeat. And I'm like, looks awesome, looks cooler than, you know, I can memorize it really easy. But they also, you know, have the words written out if you need them. Like, I like charts. Charts make sense. But this only had a chart out to row 8, and then I was like, oh yeah, and you're gonna skip 8 of these and chain this number, and it's supposed to work out. And then I'm like, that's not big enough for my arms. My arms are bigger. There's more meat. That wouldn't have fit even for the largest size. Like, that wouldn't fit around my arms. So yeah, I increased more for the arms. I did more chains, you know, like I did more. Anyways, it was not my favorite. Like the pattern itself, like the row combination is pretty and I really like it. It's just there were things that did not entirely make sense. yeah. Try at your own risk. I mean, I don't know. It just, like, it was a challenge. Lastly, this is not very exciting, but I did make a bottle holder. So, when I went on my my trip to, oh, that's gonna fall, baby. Hold on. When I went over to Frederick, Maryland for the Frederick Fiber Fest. No, you cannot have that yarn. I forgot my water bottle holder. So I went over to Michael's because I was waiting for Allie, and she was running late and I was kind of early, so it worked out. I popped over to Michael's, bought some, I don't know, Lily's sugar and cream or whatever, and made a water bottle holder. So this is a very pretty purple. It should work. And I realized I can crochet and walk. Not very fast, but I can do it. Let me grab my water. Guess you're a cute kitty. This is my water. Oh, I'm gonna have a drink. But it does fit. Might take a little finagling. These stretch out just a little bit. I thought about potentially trying. I did make one for my husband out of nylon cord. He's gonna have a hard time breaking that one. Trust me. It was like a 2mm, like good size. Yeah. So, alright. There we go. Yep, it works. Very easy. I just, you know, start with chain 5, then I put 1, 2, 3, like 10 double crochets. Then I do double crochet, chain 1 in each, and then no, I do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the top of each, and then a double crochet between, and you're off to the races. Yeah. So, super easy. You expand till it fits around the bottom of your bottle, and then just go up. And then this, I did double crochets all the way around, including in the holes. And then I just did a, I believe this was a, it was kind of a little bit akin to, now I have cut her in my lips. There we go. It was kind of like a Tunisian stitch, sort of. It was like I would pick up 3 things and then I would go through the 3 things. So it was kind of like a chain 1, and then you picked up the 3 loops and then you went back through the 3 loops. Or no, it was, you chain 1. I don't remember. This was like over a month ago. Anyways, so like I did a version of Tunisian, sort of. Yeah, it looks like all one side because the chain 1's all on one side. Anyway, so I picked up some loops and then I went back through, and then picked up some more loops and then went back. It worked out. It's more sturdy than just doing a chain and then a chain, or then single crochet all the way back. So it's a little bit more sturdy. Right there. And that's why I said I did it on the one side, because you can see the chain right through here. Anyways, it worked out. Yeah. So those are my finished objects for the last few weeks. I don't have anything planned for June. I might try something for July, Christmas in July. We will see. I have an idea, but that doesn't always work out. I would like to do something Christmassy, but I don't know. I found, oh, I forgot my hats. I made 2 hats. So I found some different books in the Joann's clearance, or like during their going out of business, they had the magazines and books for 50% off. And I found one for making I think it's a tree, and you make ornaments. You crochet ornaments, and you crochet the tree, and then you turn it into an advent. So I might do that. We will see. But here's a hat. This is gonna go to my friend Allie. She has a, oops, tuck that in. She has a charity that she has in her hometown that takes items for, like, it's a food pantry, but it also is like for homeless and people in need of things. So I am going to send her all my hats that I did for Terry Penny's April, my bulky yarns. So there's a hat. Pretty cute. So I have quite a few of these. And then there was another one. I made a knit hat. And like I can find it. Ah, because it fell. So yeah, I did a knit hat. So it turned out pretty cute. Did a 2x2 rib, and then I like to do a rapid decrease, and then when it gets so far I can't go any further, I finish it off, and then I use a crochet hook to cinch up the top. But like, the knit is very forgiving. Like, so there it is. So if you're my size, it works. If it's bigger, it'll work. This one is a little, like, it doesn't stretch as much. So it's probably going to need to be a woman's hat, but this could be a man's hat or a slouchy hat. So I made those also. But anyways, that, I think that is everything. I'm not sure when I'm going to send the stuff to Allie, just because I still have a few more yarns hanging around, including this yarn. So I'll probably turn that into a hat too. I had already started one. It's just I ran out, and then I was like, well, do I have more? And then I found that one upstairs, and then I was like, oh, I need to give that some fluff so that you could see it better, and that's how it turned out. Okay, I completely forgot to add one more thing to my finished objects video, so I'll be inserting this. So, when I went to my trip to the Maryland Fiber Fest, my friend Allie, hi baby, my friend Allie gave me some yarn for my birthday, and I decided to turn it into a cardigan. And then I ran out of yarn because I made it a little bit bigger so that it fit just perfectly. And so I had to wait for some yarn to come in, which I believe if you've seen my previous videos, you might have seen the puzzle yarn that I got in. So I was able to finish my cardigan, and I would like to show it to you. Of course, now I have a kitty. So the cardigan is the Granny Stitch cardigan by MJ's Off the Hook. Her version, or the chunky Granny Stitch cardigan. I did not put on the hood. I'm not a hood person. I never use them. But I did make the cardigan itself. So, let me see. Here it is. Here we go. So we've got the arms. I did do decreases in the arms, and I did do a double crochet border all the way around. So I did that with the armholes, and I did do a lot of decreases so that it fits a little bit better on my arms. Did that on both sides. You can see it coming in here. And then try and put it on without disturbing my kitty. But yeah, I fit this to my body as much as possible while I was making it. So it is absolutely perfect. So there we go. So we've got the cardigan, and I think it turned out really nice. I did a little bit of shaping right here. I can't remember. I think she did front post, back post border on hers. I just did double crochets, but then I did do a little, I think I added an extra stitch to give it a little more bloop in the neckline. But there we go. I love how it turned out, and I do have it on my mannequin. So there's the front and the back. And I had some yarn left over because I obviously bought 3 skeins because I liked it, and I was like, might as well since I'm putting in an order. So I made a hat to go with it. This is just kind of my standard double crochet beanie. I start with a chain that goes all the way around my head. Then I do front post, back post for 1 row, and then I just do double crochets for about 3 rows for a woman, 4 rows for usually a man, and then start doing decreases so 3 double crochets, decrease, 3 double crochets, decrease, and then the next row I do 2 double crochets, decrease, and then 1, and then usually it's pretty much up to the top. So there we go. That is my set. I really like how it turned out. I am super happy with it. I would like to thank Allie for the beautiful yarn. I love it. It's funny because during our trip, I pointed out some wool yarn that happened to be in these kind of colors. It was kind of the tealy with the tans and stuff. And it turned out that she got me yarn just like it. I couldn't have that yarn because it was wool, but I can have this yarn because it's acrylic. So super excited. Thank you so much, Allie. And I'll be probably inserting you in somewhere like right now. Okay. Be right back. Anyways, so that's where I am right now. Like I said, I don't have any plans other than the different make-alongs that I am currently participating in for the year. And I might try something in July. That's where we're at. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. I hope it's wonderful.